And action. Roy had a question about how to beat cancer with diet. And first I thought it was a difficult question, but actually it's an easy question. If you look at what the average American eats, you'll see what causes cancer, because cancer is on the rise. And I think if you look at the statistics on cancer, you look at the statistics on obesity, they're kind of dovetailing each other. So if you find out what America usually eats, standard American diet, try to avoid that, you'll probably decrease your chances for obesity and cancer. And it has been proven. In the UK, they've done studies on fruits and vegetables. And nobody likes to hear about fruits and vegetables because, well, I don't know why. You probably don't know about fruits and vegetables or know the beauty in those things until you try them. I always chose to do more meat and eat anything I wanted, but after I turned 30, I kind of went downhill because of medical disease, and it forced me to change into a semi-vegetarian. And now, cruising at 55, I think there's things I can do now that I could never do when I was 30. I definitely know I can think clearer than before. So usually somebody has to hit rock bottom before they kind of convert over. But if you're not there yet, that's all right. The idea, again, is to plant the seed of what you might be able to take advantage of. And, how do you tell somebody about a runner's high that doesn't run? It's tough to kind of put that into words, but if we just go by statistics, which is why science is really cool, then we'll see. So, just taking 800 grams, that's about 28 ounces of fruits and vegetables, lowers your chances for cancer by 13%. That's pretty damn good compared to chemotherapy and other things medicinally that supposedly lower chances for cancer. Stopping tobacco also lowers chances for cancer. But if you get somebody that doesn't smoke tobacco and you're just trying to kind of plan out a nutrition practice of some sort, again, just trying to stuff in fruits and vegetables into your daily activity would be good. But here's the catch. An average American, I should say 2/3 of Americans, don't even eat 5 fruits and vegetables per day. And let alone the new suggestions that you're supposed to stick 7 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. Now, the idea of a serving is different than a piece. So if you're going to go with like 800 grams of fruits and vegetables per day, that'll boil down to like 1 apple, 1 pear, 2 broccoli spears, about 8 cauliflower florets, a glass of orange juice, a pear, a banana. I might have said that already. What else? 2 kiwi, half a grapefruit. All those. There's probably other things I'm missing, but that equals about 800 grams of fruits and vegetables. And that's a lot. Unless some of you have said, yeah, I do that. I don't even get to that point, and I'm a semi-vegetarian. So sometimes, yeah, we got to stick more crap in our daily, I shouldn't say crap, we got to stick more food in our daily practice. And it might seem like it's contradictory because in trying to get the 800 calories or 800 grams, you're actually eating more food, and what's that going to do for you? It's going to make you gain weight. So you actually will gain weight and become fatter. And that will, again, increase your chances that what we think about is cancer. So you have to look at the downside, and that is the downside. But if you look at the upside, because getting all those phytonutrients, each one of those foods that I just mentioned has an active particle in it, an active ingredient, that works to fight cancer in one way. That's why if you try to get your fruits and vegetables in every day, you have to go through a plethora of different things. If you just say that you eat a bowl of oatmeal in the morning and you have romaine lettuce for lunch with a lot of dressing, that's grain. But that's nothing. Like a bowl of oatmeal, average bowl, is about 6 grams of fiber. That's pretty good. You need 30 per day. A plate of lettuce, if it doesn't have dressing on it, it's pretty good. But it's only romaine lettuce, and you really have to mix it up. Swiss chard, collard greens, kale. You got to mix it up with dark leafy vegetables and maybe change the flavors around a little bit. It was only when I went to Italy and I actually had a true salad, no dressing. I had a true salad with nuts and a little bit of olive, a bunch of different vegetables, and that thing was great. And I was thinking, where's the dressing? Because I was ready to pour dressing on, but I just enjoyed that salad like it was no tomorrow. So the idea of what we eat here as vegetables is totally different from what people do in Europe. Definitely totally different from what people do in Asia. So you're talking about like eating a lot of food in Italy, you're talking about eating a lot of what seems like carbohydrate and fiber in Asia. Well, it's still better than standard American diet. Standard American diet is SAD, SAD, and because it's associated with a lot of diseases. So if I were to tell you that taking in that same 800 calories, or I keep on saying calories, the same 800 grams of fruits and vegetables per day also lowered your chances for a heart attack by 24%, or it lowered your chances for a stroke by 33%, these are all statistics that are reproducible. And yet, what do? We say that you should take a statin, and you should take a calcium channel blocker, lower your blood pressure, you do all these other things with manipulating medicines when we just blew by using fruits and vegetables. And then when you take those medicines, those medicines are protective, but they also cause side effects. And if one of the medicines causes a weight gain side effect, it puts you right back up here again as far as weight. So it's an ass-backwards system, but again, nobody can make money off fruits and vegetables except for farmers, and they don't have enough money to advertise, so you're not going to hear that kind of information. But that's why when you hear about these cool reproducible studies, it's nice to latch on to them. And maybe I might be cherry picking and picking out the best studies, but again, if you haven't gleamed the cube, if you haven't touched greatness or felt great, then it's kind of hard to explain how you feel when you do all these changes. And you will have to make some changes, and you're not going to feel instantaneously better overnight. You're going to actually feel that you're being robbed because you're spending so much money on fruits and vegetables that usually go bad because you haven't been able to stuff them all in your mouth. But after a while, you will notice that your weight will decrease, your satiety will be higher, you're not going to crave as much of the crappy food as before, and when you get the crappy food that causes mood disturbance out of your system, you actually think faster, you exercise more, you sleep deeper, you have better sex, problem solve faster. So it's a exponential improvement after that, but it does take a little break-in period. So you will have to pay for the extra fruits and vegetables. You will have to see some of them go bad. That's okay, that's natural. To see a piece of bread stay on the shelf, or a loaf of bread stay on the shelf for 3 months and not go bad, not get moldy, that's a problem. When you see that you invested in a Sunday purchase of a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables and a couple of grains here and there and they go bad, well, that's expected, but eat them up fast. Go to the grocery or the farmer's market more often. Just know how to work your fruits and vegetables in properly. Get frozen when you can. Get canned if you can. Try to avoid the BPAs in canned, but if you can get fresh, better for you. So, bottom line with regards to trying to eat to avoid cancer, it's usually a whole food, mostly plant-based diet. And I started by reading books to figure out how to go about picking the right choices. There's some great authors out there. Keith Block, I've taken several patients to his clinic, has patients I wanted to experience what they're going through. And he's great. He's got a team that meets you, nutritionist, physical therapist, music therapy, or calming practice, acupuncture at times, IV therapy. Fantastic. He's taking care of a lot of my patients. And giving them at least hope. So this is what we got to do, is we got to give you hope. So if you're already with a cancer, I think there are things that you can take advantage of. There's a lot of stuff out there sometimes that doesn't make sense, but if you don't have a cancer yet, you just have a high history, then work on your weight, work on your diet, work on some form of mindful practice, keep on chipping away, try to get coaches that you can answer to, that can help guide you through this maze of different crazy things that you'll see. I can help interpret randomized controlled trials, but you might need to have other people help design sustainable practices. So, bottom line, I think it might be a little bit difficult to initiate or start that stalled car into moving, but once you get that thing moving, it's just you hop in, you pop the clutch, and it goes. So that's what I think will get to a cancer avoidant kind of practice, but it does